If Levi lived in another state, he'd still be at school and taking driving lessons. But because he was Victorian, the teenager's life was cut short, just hours after he developed symptoms of meningococcal B. In other states, he almost certainly would have been vaccinated. Now his mum's on a mission to make sure it never happens again.
Not looking too shabby.
It was supposed to be just another ordinary day.
He went to work, we were joking and laughing in the car. We had a boy that came home with a stiff neck and a tummy ache. And by 7:40, he was gone.
Meningococcal B shut down Levi Sayer's organs in less than 24 hours.
Yeah, I didn't get to physically say goodbye to him.
He was going to be doing his DEB, and I was so excited to go.
He was just 16, learning to drive, too young to die of a preventable bacterial infection.
I can't describe to you what it's like watching your son die in front of you.
His mum, Norlia, should never have had to. A vaccine that costs a couple of $100 would have saved Levi's life.
You go to the doctors, there's no poster saying, have you been vaccinated for meningococcal B? There's no awareness out there.
Norlia and her husband Brad had no idea both their boys, Levi and Zach, were at a high risk of catching the deadly B strain. And there's a reason they weren't vaccinated. Because the meningococcal B vaccine isn't free in the state of Victoria, like it is in other parts of the country. And many parents here don't even know it exists.
We're in a position where we could have afforded to pay for it if we had have known about it.
You assume that you're covered for everything.
Vaccines for the ACW and Y strains of meningococcal are funded. Levi was immunised for those a month before he died. But in Victoria, New South Wales, Tasmania and Western Australia, the B strain isn't covered and can cost parents between $400 and $600 for up to 3 doses.
I think what angers me the most is that this decision could be made right now and it could be rolled out within the next 2 to 3 months. So why isn't it?
Levi grew up in Melbourne's Outer East, where he lived with his 2 besties, his mum and brother.
That's what we were like every day. He was my mini-me.
He was always, supporting his mum, loving his mum.
We did everything together, really. I mean, we played basketball together on the same team.
His mates adored him too, like he did them.
I mean, his smile was just so cheeky. It made everyone else laugh as well.
They're vaccinated against the B strain now, only because they lost their mate.
It's always going to be something missing.
They want to know how many young people will grieve a friend before the Victorian government does something.
It should be very much a snap decision made by them right now before you end up interviewing another person in this situation.
In February last year, I interviewed the Chater family. They lost their son Braden to the disease. He was 23.
It just feels like it's a bit of a game between politicians.
1 in 10 people who catch meningococcal B will die. So far this year, there's been 72 cases in Australia, 14 of those recorded in Victoria. But that's still too low for the Victorian government to act. It's waiting for the federal government to step up.
We have a national immunisation program for a reason.
Victorian Health Minister Mary-Ann Thomas.
The Chief Health Officer is now advocating to the federal committee that makes these decisions.
But that just seems like it's passing the buck from state to federal.
If something's preventable, what are you waiting for?
Norlia's barely had time to comprehend her loss. A week after Levi passed, her mission began, starting a petition for a free vaccine. Her plight attracting the attention of the Royal Australian College of General Practitioners.
ACGP is calling for the Victorian Government to fund the meningitis B vaccine.
Dr Anita Munoz is the RACGP's Victorian chair.
One of the issues here is waiting for us to report a certain number of deaths before we decide that it makes economic sense to roll out a vaccine program.
And if that isn't evil, then I don't know what is.
And infants and teens in South Australia, the NT and Queensland get free B vaccines. Tasmania joins them next year, and let's hope that the rest follow soon.